Today we're going to talk about effortless speed and, if you like, effortless distance. And what quite nicely aligns towards this topic of conversation is Pete Can. Okay, so Pete Can is somebody that many of you are probably very familiar of by now. He is a world-renowned golf coach and has worked with many elitist golfers, of which have won major champions as well. And I thought we could talk about his concept of loading the shoulder and my interpretation of it. 'Cause although I've looked for different videos on his sort of interpretation of load the shoulder, I haven't found anything too specific. So maybe you guys have seen something that I haven't, and if you have, obviously let me know. Now, let's talk first of all about speed and where does speed come from, because speed is mainly going to be coming from leverage, right? So if we only do a very short swing, then it doesn't matter how efficient you are with strike and all the rest of it, obviously the ball's not going to go very far, which is why when we're doing things like chipping, that's why we have such a short little action, right? And putting, etc. So the first thing that we need to do is create more leverage. So we need to go higher with our hands and arms in the backswing position, but equally in the through swing position as well. Because one of the things that I tend to see with a lot of golfers is a typical sort of finish position, something like so, right, which looks like this. And what this basically means is that the golfer is progressively getting closer towards the ball. And when you get closer towards the ball, this means that you can't turn. And if you can't turn, you can't get high hands in the through swing. So a really easy drill: turn the club upside down so you're holding the sort of ferrule end of the golf club, and all I want you to do is lift your arms up in the backswing and up in the through swing. Okay, see where I am here. Now the key thing here, you see, is going to be rotation. See, if I allow my upper leg, my sort of pelvis and my chest to face towards the target, the more that I rotate, the more my lead shoulder can go back and behind me, and the more my lead shoulder can go back and behind me, the higher my arm can go, like so. Now, understandably, my left arm is going to be limited by my right arm's movement, but there's a big difference to the idea of retracting the lead side back, as I'm demonstrating here, as opposed to sort of moving very much like so, which is a typical amateur problem. So if I'm working with a student and I'm trying to encourage them to rotate better in the downswing, one of the things that we'll often look at is club head speed. Because actually you'll tend to find that with a little bit of information, if a golfer becomes more aware of what their club head speed is and they try to increase it, then you'll generally mean that they're going to be rotating better through the ball. So if we understand that what we're looking for is high hands in the backswing and high hands in the through swing, or at least we say it as a feeling, how does that tie in nicely with Pete Can? Well, I think Pete Can's concept when he talks about loading the shoulder is not a bad one, because I think the idea is that what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the feeling of, in the backswing, bringing your left arm up across your chest for a right-handed golfer. And then what you're trying to do is get the feeling of leading the downswing with your chest rotation and then propelling the left arm off your chest as you come into the through swing. And that's kind of why I think doing a drill like so will give you a great sensation of really turning the chest as you come through in towards that downswing, which inevitably is going to give you way more distance. Work on it. Let me know. I'll see you soon.